I used to believe love could endure anything, that no matter how far two people drifted apart, there was always a path back. I was wrong. It began months before the night he discovered everything. I felt a shift in our marriage, but I couldn't bring myself to speak it aloud. Evan remained kind, patient, the same man who once looked at me as if I were the only person in the world. Yet, somewhere between late nights at the office and quiet dinners where our words got swallowed by the clatter of forks, I started feeling invisible. That's how I met Daniel. It wasn't supposed to mean anything, just someone to talk to, someone who made me feel seen again. But conversations turned into coffee. Coffee turned into touches. And touches became the one mistake I could never undo. The night Evan found out, the air was unnaturally still. I remember the sound of his car pulling into the driveway, headlights slicing through the curtains. I sat on the couch, pretending to read, while every nerve in my body screamed. Daniel had left 15 minutes earlier. I didn't know how much Evan knew, only that his silence when he walked through the door felt different. It wasn't tired or distracted. It was knowing. He looked at me, really looked, like a man memorizing the final sight of something precious. Then, almost softly, he asked, "How long?" I couldn't answer. My throat tightened, my heart pounded so fiercely I thought I might collapse. He didn't yell. He didn't break anything. He just stood there, the weight of everything pressing behind his eyes. After a long pause, he nodded once, as if confirming something to himself. "Okay," he said. I understood. That calmness was far worse than rage. Rage suggests there's still something to fight for. Calm, is final. He walked past me to the bedroom. I followed, whispering, "Evan, please." It didn't matter. I was lonely. He didn't respond. He pulled a suitcase from the closet and folded clothes with mechanical precision. I reached for his arm. He stepped back. "Don't," he said softly. That single word hurt more than any slap could have. "I'm not angry," he continued, zipping the bag. "I'm just done. You broke something I can't fix." Tears blurred my vision. "Please, I'll do anything. Therapy, a break, whatever it takes." He looked at me then, and I'll never forget that expression, grief mixed with an unexpected peace. "You already did everything," he said. "You just didn't do it with me." He walked toward the door, but paused and turned once more. "I hope he makes you feel seen," he said, "because that's all I ever wanted for you." And then he was gone. For days, I expected him to return, to call, to scream, to fight, anything. But Evan never came back. I later learned he'd moved into a small apartment downtown, quietly transferring all the bills to my name, efficiently, like a man tying up loose ends. The silence of the house became unbearable. His coffee mug still sat on the counter. His scent lingered in the sheets. Every corner reminded me of what I had thrown away for a fleeting moment of attention. Daniel stopped calling, too. Maybe guilt caught up with him. Or maybe he realized I wasn't worth the consequences. Either way, his absence became another echo in the hollow space I had created. 2 weeks later, an envelope arrived in the mail. Inside was a single sheet of paper, Evan's handwriting. It wasn't a divorce notice. It wasn't a letter of anger. It was a note that read, "You don't have to apologize. Just promise yourself you won't confuse being noticed with being loved again." I broke down reading it. In those few words, he showed more grace than I ever deserved. I couldn't sleep for days, rereading it as if somewhere between the lines he had hidden a way to undo everything. But there wasn't. The ink was final, the message clear. In the weeks that followed, I discovered what silence could do. It made every sound sharper. The hum of the refrigerator, the creak of the floorboards, the whisper of guilt that refused to fade. I returned to work, trying to smile at friends who didn't know what I had done. Every casual question, "How's Evan?" felt like a blade twisting deeper. 3 months passed before I saw him again. At the grocery store, of all places, he was in the produce aisle, holding a bag of oranges, wearing that same calm expression that had once broken me. I froze. Part of me wanted to run, but my feet betrayed me. I walked toward him like someone stepping into a dream. "Evan," I said softly. He turned, eyes meeting mine. For a fleeting moment, there was recognition, history, warmth, the comfort of home. Then it vanished. "Hi, Claire," he said. Just my name. No anger. No affection. I managed a small smile. "You look good. You too." He glanced down at his basket, then back at me. "I heard you sold the house." "Yeah." I whispered. "It didn't feel right staying there without you." He nodded. "Probably for the best." A heavy pause, the kind that used to be filled with laughter. "I wanted to thank you for the note," I said. "It meant more than you know." He hesitated, then sighed. It wasn't about forgiveness. It was about letting go. For both of us. My chest tightened. "Are you happy now?" I asked. He gave a half smile, the kind that didn't quite reach his eyes. "I'm getting there. Happiness isn't instant. It's just peace that lingers a little longer each day." He began to walk away, but something inside me broke. "Evan, wait." My voice trembled. "If you ever wondered, I still love you. I never stopped." He turned slightly, enough for me to see the outline of his face under the store lights. "Then you should have loved me when I was still standing there," he said quietly. And then he left. That was the last time I saw him. I wish I could say that moment changed me instantly, that I rebuilt my life with grace and wisdom. But healing isn't poetic. It's slow, messy, full of relapses into regret. Some nights I'd scroll through old photos, tracing the outline of a smile on my phone. Eventually, I moved to a smaller city. New job, new apartment, new people who didn't know my past. I told myself I was starting over. But deep down, I knew I was only trying to live alongside the ghost of what I had destroyed. One rainy evening, months later, I found a small box while unpacking. Inside were mementos, ticket stubs, a few Polaroids, a worn leather bracelet Evan used to wear. I sat on the floor holding it, and something in me shifted. Not pain this time, just quiet understanding. He hadn't punished me when he had every right to. He chose dignity over revenge. And that choice forced me to see the difference between love that controls and love that releases. I went to the window, watching rain streak the glass, and whispered to the empty room, "I'm sorry." Not to beg for him back. That ship had long sailed, but to finally admit it to myself. The truth is, I didn't lose Evan the night he walked out. I lost him long before that. In every moment, I mistook attention for affection, comfort for care, noise for love. Sometimes I still wonder where he is now. Maybe he found someone who understands the value of quiet mornings and shared silence, someone who doesn't need to be constantly seen to feel loved. As for me, I live differently now. I don't chase sparks. I nurture warmth. I don't seek validation in glances or messages. I've learned that true love isn't about being chosen every day. It's about being present, even when no one is watching. Though I'll never have Evan back, I carry something he left behind. That calm grace he showed me when I least deserved it. It's what keeps me human. It's what keeps me honest. He caught me with another man. But what he did next, walking away without hatred, without revenge, is what shattered my heart, because it revealed what love truly was, and how I never returned it when I had the chance.